Hey everyone, it's John here from Hot Take Hockey back with another video, and this video is on Vitali Kravtsov and 7 potential destinations for him. So I'm going to go over some potential trades that the Rangers could make. And Kravtsov didn't make the Rangers at a camp, not reporting to Hartford, and now it seems like he's in Russia waiting for the trade to happen. So it doesn't seem like he'll be part of the Rangers going forward, so I'm here to discuss the potential trades. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. Hit the like button and leave your thoughts in the comment section. So Kravtsov, where is he going? Let's start with the Arizona Coyotes, their potential here. There were some rumors that Barrett Hayton was going to maybe get traded, but I think he's part of their plan. So maybe a Phil Kessel trade is here. I've seen the hot takes around, but Jeff Merrick talked about it. It seems like the Rangers want a top prospect or a high-end prospect in return for Kravtsov. Either a prospect or I would imagine a couple picks, maybe a high draft pick. They want a decent return for this guy, even with less leverage as this guy has publicly requested a trade, basically. So the Arizona Coyotes, they do have other prospects. They do have other guys that they could send to the Rangers. I could see a scenario here, but more so, I could see a scenario where Kravtsov goes to the Anaheim Ducks. Two guys I would be looking at are like Sam Steele or Max Jones. They're not really prospects anymore, so you could look even younger. They have options. The Ducks, they could use a guy like Kravtsov in their top 9. I think they would be really intrigued by a guy like Kravtsov. I could see a scenario for a trade with him. Buffalo Sabres. Okay, we've talked about the big Jack Eichel trade. I don't know if this is the scenario here, but I could see the Buffalo Sabres with other prospects in their system make a trade for Kravtsov. I think there's a scenario there. Moving on to the Chicago Blackhawks, where I've made the hot take of saying, man, get Dylan Strome to the Rangers, reuniting with Ryan Strome. But here's the scenario. As I said already, the Rangers want a high draft pick or like a high prospect. They want something young and something more for the future. Dylan Strome, like Ryan Strome, right now kind of sees as a shorter term add or a shorter term gain. Obviously, the Rangers have liked Ryan Strome. They've liked his role, but who knows if he'll re-sign in the offseason. Dylan Strome would be a shorter term thing as well, most likely. So they want younger. They want a prospect back. The Blackhawks do have younger pieces as well. I mean, I'll throw out a hot take. I would be interested in a guy like Alex Nylander for a flyer being part of the return. Why not? But again, Kravtsov, he did request a trade. There's less leverage here. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of package they can get. But I do think Chicago could be an option. Detroit Red Wings. Oh, Stevie Y. I'm surprised he hasn't made a deal for this yet. Kravtsov would be a player the Red Wings would be all over. I know they've had problems with Zadina and finally getting him to break out, but I still have hope for that situation. The Red Wings have prospects they could use in this trade. So I think Stevie Y and the Red Wings are definitely a potential landing spot for Kravtsov. LA Kings. Oh, this is an obvious one. I mean, they got so many prospects. They have so much to work with. And I think if they wanted to go after a guy like Kravtsov, who's more ready than, say, other prospects in their system, then I think the Kings can make a trade here and go down the list. You go to their top 20 prospects, one of those guys, if this trade was to go down, would be here. The Ottawa Senators, they have guys that could definitely be here. They just obviously shipped off Logan Brown to St. Louis. They have some other prospects that they haven't been extremely happy with their development, and then some that are just being super patient with. Kravtsov would be a guy that would fit on that right wing in the top 9. They have another guy like Igor Sokolov that I'm not saying he would be part of this trade, but a guy that they're excited about going forward. So the Sens bringing a guy like this would just be an exciting aspect. And I do think the Sens are going to be monitoring a lot of situations like this. And it was reported that Pierre Dorian and the Sens are looking for some more scoring. I'm not saying Kravtsov comes in and is going to be the savior for that perspective, but I think he's a guy that the Sens could be looking at. So back to Arizona at the start here. I would just say some honorable mentions would probably be like a Montreal Canadiens. Maybe the Rangers would be interested in like a Ryan Poehling. I'm just throwing out an idea. The Nashville Predators, I know they'd be down for a guy like Kravtsov, and they have some intriguing prospects and young pieces. And the Seattle Kraken, they're still going through the stage of trying to figure out their team. They haven't started off great. They have a lot of younger pieces. I wouldn't say prospects though, but they have a couple underrated guys. And they have draft picks that they could move. So that's kind of the scenario with a bunch of these teams I just listed. If not for a high draft, like a high prospect, they could trade some draft picks. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. If the Rangers feel like they're a big contender, maybe they change their tune on that. Maybe they do go after a Dylan Strome or a Phil Kessel. But as I said, right now the report is they want to bigger prospect or a draft pick, but that definitely could change. So let me know what you guys think on these teams I suggested. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know where you think he'll end up. And definitely drop a like, as I said. Subscribe if you're new, and I hope to see you soon. This is John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.